TGIF, thank God it's Friday. It's the last edition of Spring Trends right here on Western Spring Television. I am super happy. I know someone will not like me saying that, but of course I have to say it. I am happy that it is Friday, the weekend is here, and of course the rain ushered us into a wonderful weekend. Welcome on board. My name is Evelyn Ohiolei, and let me just say, my people, I hail thee. I mean, that particular statement has been in the public space since yesterday, gaining traction on social media. People are talking about, I'm talking about the national anthem. But before we get right into the stories that we have for you for today, Femi is definitely by my side. What's happening? What's happening with you? I don't
the season of hailing. I hear you.
I hear you to my bros. I hear you.
Nigeria.
We'll hail ourselves.
This Nigeria, I double hear you.
How are you doing?
Very well, and you know, I think I've noticed you're on black, yeah. Yeah. And this is black. Yeah. I think we had color match like 3-4 times this week. Yeah. So what was that supposed to mean? You know, maybe your PA is having an hang on my PA, you know, whatever. But it's good that we are here as well. Yeah, it is. All right, let's just move right on to it because we do not have enough time in our hands. We hear that the National Assembly is planning, in fact, it has scaled the first and second reading and, you know, to bring back the old national anthem that was given to us by the Britons in the year 1960. Remember that the current anthem we have now, Nigeria, Arise, O Compatriot, was brought in the year 1978. And since then, that's what we've been using, the 2 stanzas. But now the National Assembly thinks we should move back to the 3 stanzas national anthem of Nigeria. We hail thee. We do not have time to actually, I would have loved to play you what it sounds like, what it looks like. But then let's just move to the reaction right now. All right, reactions on social media. Ohiolei Stephen Izuchukwu says, nonsense. Is the national anthem the reason Nigeria isn't progressing? And Mercy says, I support a return to the old price of fuel. And Nosakare Stefan Egba says a direct opposite of what the nation is facing, every single word. Mayowa David says, this one gets bedu, make we adopt them. All right. You know, there are some people actually advocating that, okay, it's fine, let's just change it, let's see what we've got. I mean, Nigeria, what do you think, Femi? Would you prefer the 3 stanzas, Nigeria, we hailed it, to the 2 stanzas, Arise, O Compatriot? Speaking Bedu where the boss went into my hair. Or you give it to Willis, you better, Willis. But what are your thoughts when you heard this? I think it's neither here nor there for me. You know, I think for the best part, it's just been nostalgia for the elderly ones. Yeah. That's all. It does nothing. Absolutely. So when we adopt it, so what happened? Our flag shall be our symbol where truth and justice reign. Nigeria, we hail their dear native land. Yeah. I beg you. Look at the lyrics. Yeah. Look at how deep. Is it deeper than, oh God of creation? Direct and noble cause. God our leaders, right? These ones where they no one, the way they said they no one made a guy there. They even know what's good. They no go wonder. I think our issue is not about the lyrics or the importance of the old anthem on the new. It's not about that. Really, if you are talking about reversal, somebody said it as well. Can you reverse back to the 98 naira or, you know, fair price? Can you take back a rise from 70,000 naira to 9,000 or 38,000? Can you juggle those things back? I think, imagine we have any of the, how it's going to happen, I don't know, by the way, except by magic or dint of hard work, which will not happen in a day. Yeah. Imagine that we just wake up and everything goes through how it will. I repeat, I don't know. And then petrol is back at 98 naira, you know, or a bag of rice in the next 1 week will be selling at, let's even say 20,000 naira. Nigerians will be excited. They will pray. That's what we need, you know, this particular one. And do you know what it has to be? If we put it on time right now, if we bring this back, that means teachers, we have to be teaching. Yes. Again, somebody have to teach the teachers. Because teachers that we have now, majority of them are young people. They will first learn it, all kind of errors here and there. They will now start to be teaching the students and the pupils documents will now need to be changed.
Exactly.
It's a whole lot. And do we have to go this route?
And people
it's a misplaced
and you know, people are saying that even this Arise Open Patriots that we have, how many of these politicians, these lawmakers, our leaders, really know the lyrics of this word?
We've seen it on live television when they are being screened.
Let alone this Nigeria we held.
They will be taboing.
It's not taboing.
With the national anthem, and then you can, and then you are beginning back.
Our fingers are
I think it's a calculated distraction.
Our fingers are crossed as to what to expect with this, because even the way it was expedited, how it was, you know, hastened up in the National Assembly, people think it has an ulterior motive. But then we hail the my people. We hail you. Let's move on to the next story. This morning, FG bans processing of Nigeria's mineral resources abroad. Valencia Cute says, nice decision. We should have them processed here. And Olumide Adesina says, good initiative, but we do not really have a well-developed supply chain structure that can amplify such gains. And Dovran says, what if you have no use for it and also want loans in billions, and someone said, let me buy your dirt for some billions? I bet they will sell the useless mineral that cannot process themselves.
Useless.
And I mean, that was Dovran's use of language there. It feels, you know, I want to believe it's contextual, by the way. It says, what happens to our crude oil then? Are we still going to be importing PMS fuel, or a legislation in favor of Aliko Dangote? And, okay, Femi, your thoughts very quickly.
I think the thing is, we can promulgate, we can make policy statement and direction, banning processing it abroad. Do we have how to process it here? Do we have the wherewithal to process it right now? Because sometimes, and it's appearing like that this is the only pattern, especially with this administration. You just make a policy statement, and then all of a sudden you see that it's like this thing, we can't do it, and then you reverse it, and then it appearing like, what's wrong with you before? You are banning it. Do we have facilities to process it right here? Will you be empowering the government in charge, or people in charge of that particular sector? Will you be empowering indigenous companies that are willing to go all the way? Will you support them? Do you give them a moratorium on the loan repayment plan or whatever? That's the thing. You want to ban it? Fine. I'm for Nigeria. Because even Trump will say it's America for Americans. Nigeria for Nigerians. But will you give it what it takes? It's as simple as that. Because it's not just by making policy statements. Many policies, especially people are even becoming tired with this administration. You want to start something down, and all of a sudden they will ask you, can you do it? Don't worry. Oh yeah, let's go.
They just do it to feel the impulse of the pulse of the people.
Is that shey they whine us ni? Because that now waiting maybe that say if na Shaggy go say what's that the other officer will say you they whine me because you see the coastal road the recent development right now. A particular reporter of a news station asked that same question. Well, how about the EAI or environmental whatever assessment? That particular media briefing, the minister in a kind of way dodged that question to say, don't worry, everything has been sorted out. Thank you. You remember? And now yesterday, the environmental thing came up again and said they are doing a diversion because some cables in the sea or whatever will be affected. This same question is what you were asked. Have you looked through? Let us see the certificate, make it public. Tomorrow. Oh, sorry, now we don't have it. It's as simple as that. And when that lady was asking that brilliant question, she was even trying, he was trying to be funny in a kind of way. Here we are. Policy statement without
doing their due assessment, due assignment on the issue.
And many persons say, so, let's just move ahead.
All right, moving on to the next story this morning. Have you ever used a dispatch rider where you give them something to deliver from point A to point B, especially for vendors that use dispatch riders? Now, there was a situation that is actually trending online at this time where an e-driver for a particular app was given a package to deliver food, actually, to deliver from mainland in Lagos, somewhere in the mainland in Lagos, to the island in Lagos State. And the driver said he got curious, he got suspicious, especially when the food was not, according to him, it wasn't worth 2,000 naira, and you ask me to deliver such food from the mainland to the island with many thousands of naira, you know, using my app or using me. And he said he opened it and what he found. Let's just watch this video and come back to the reaction.
And I saw a black package here, which I suspected to be drugs. Then I called the lady instantly, like, first of all, I wanted to hear what she would see, and I told her, "Oh, your food threw away for you, do." So I carry on through away. So how much be the food? Make her send you money for the food. She said, "No, I should just pack the food like that and bring it." I said, "How will you ask me to pack food like that and bring?" Understand? I can't just bring food like that. I've already thrown it away. She said, "No, I should pack it." And I asked her what is inside it. She said, "I have no right to ask her what was inside the package." Then I dropped the call, and I have to pack somewhere to check the real content. Apart from what I saw inside, this is a lighter that was packaged with it. And when I opened, I'm doing this video for record purpose. This is a black nylon tied here of drugs. Each drug packaged inside of this thing and was asked to deliver. So this is for record purpose. Won't have to continue with the trip again. I have to throw it away from my...
All right, that from the investigative driver there, because one would say, you know, what's your business with what I'm packaging to give to my client or a customer or my relative or whoever it is that is on the other side? What right do you have to go through my stuff to know what is inside? But then there's also this other argument that you are putting this man, the driver now, in trouble. What if along the way officers from the NDLEA stopped him and they checked through and they saw that he was carrying drugs? How would you be able to explain that you know, he was given by a vendor and all of that? And even look at the packaging of the food. It was put in one black nylon and all of that. It wasn't branded or anything to say, okay, it was given from someone who is selling food. But then reactions on social media, Shirley_47 says, "I do EL transport also. The driver was wrong going through a delivery item of a client. If you felt a foul play, then instantly reject the request." And Manu Anu Odogu says, "What was he looking for inside somebody's food?" This means it's one of those drivers that mess with prepared meals, because we've also heard stories like that before. Josh says, "You're right. I was very annoyed watching this. Why will you be going through people's food? You didn't realize it was too small when they gave you, but you accepted and sent into the car to be messing with people's meal." And Tosin Bamidele says, "What if the police found the substance in his car? You think they won't tag him as the accomplice? The lady may even deny him." Nevertheless, this from Shirley says, "Nevertheless, I say no hard drugs, but professionalism and etiquette matters in whatever we do in life. That is why I don't do delivery offline." Your thoughts? Because according to Shirley, you are an e-driver. Definitely, if it was done online, you have your evidence that this person actually called me. I went to the person, gave me this package to deliver to this next person. I don't know what's inside. You know, what if the package was actually sealed? Would they have the time to go through it? But also there, like I said, the argument of what if he was apprehended?
I think that conversation is not a mono one. It's multi-layered. Number one is a client or, you know, somebody that has given you one particular item to deliver has the right of the privacy of the thing that he has given to you. Yeah. You are giving it in a particular way, deliver it that same way. But the person, you know, according to real worry picking, using HQ, say, now food you give me, possibly come pay 6,000 on top. But then someone will ask and say, why open it in the first place?
What's your business?
What's your business with it? I think, I don't know, because truly, if the guy has been apprehended, you know, by the law enforcement agency, how can he explain it away? That I'm only a rider, I don't know about that. Because person will send them, go deny him. Yeah. He will go offline or she will go offline, whatever. So the conversation on why meddle, because yes, there are dispatch riders, delivery guys who have messed up people's items.
They will eat the meat and deliver the rice.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen so many on social media.
Person meat,
they eat the meat and deliver the rice. And they will tell you I was hungry when I was in the hold-up, I was hungry.
That will really happen in a skit. But then it's a serious conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know how it could be. Maybe you wrap your things very well, or there is a way that it will be done so that you can do a disclaimer as a dispatch rider to say it's what I've been given that I'm delivering. But then people that do illicit drugs as well.
Yeah.
Even at the airport, there are many persons that have been put into trouble.
Yeah.
That's why they tell many persons, whenever you are at the airport, make sure your bags are covered and you don't leave it. Don't leave it that I want to go and pee. But there are some cartels, syndicates who will put it in people's bags and then, you know, find a way to make the information get to the other side. If the person is successful, somebody will lay him at the other side and say, have something in your pack. If it's not successful, that person is the collateral. It's as easy as that. So we should just find a way to make sure if you are packing a substance, pack it very well. And maybe there should be a part of a form that will be that disclaimer that whatever you are sending me, I don't know about it. It is not my business. Yeah. So whatever something untoward was happening, then the police will know how to say this is it. But nobody has the right to touch somebody's thing. But if we go put it for problems, maybe not in mother head.
Well, that is the conversation this morning. Thank you for being a part of our world. Thank you, Femi, for your submissions today. Of course, spring trends end today. We prepare for the weekend. Thank you so much for your time. My name is Evelyn Ohiolei. Have for yourself a good and fabulous weekend. I hail thee.
Hello.